Good evening, and thank you for tuning in on a Thursday night to Global Racing Esports Network. Good evening, and thank you for tuning in on. Sorry, I had to always forget to do that, but thank you for tuning in. And we're here with the Global Racing League, and what is the championship Thursday for the Global Racing ARCA Series. Big battling going on here tonight, but before we get to that, let me introduce you to my partner for tonight's uh, race here, Ronald Holmes from Jarhead Radios. Going to be up here in the booth helping us out tonight. Ronald, how are you doing today?
Doing outstanding, Mr. Lester. Thank you very much for the kind introduction. I predict a very good race tonight, no matter how close it's going to be.
Yeah, as you say, it's going to be a close race. Stephen Hayes, who has been on a tear as of late, winning the last three races to close into the gap that DJ Honeycutt. Now 33 points separate first and seconds. And tonight, Stephen Hayes, the quickest out there. DJ Honeycutt, the fifth quickest. I think they did the math in the pre-race there and think that if DJ has to finish in a top four if Stephen Hayes wins this race. So it's definitely going to be a race to watch, a good, exciting race, and to see who's going to be crowned the champion at the end.
Absolutely. I believe there's bonus points involved. If DJ doesn't get any bonus points and finishes in fourth, I believe he will be crowned the champion. But if he finishes fifth or worse, we will crown a new champion.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it all depends on also if Stephen Hayes can win this race. He has to win the race. The better he finishes, and the better chance he has of winning the race. Uh, he has to stay at least 4 or 5 spots in front of our leader tonight, DJ Honeycutt. So it's all going to be battling between the 15 and the 13 car, I think, Stephen Hayes, the 8 car of Stephen Hayes. But right now we're going to qualifying where we're looking at the 14 car of Don Blazer. He's got almost didn't recognize him. He got a new ride out there.
Yeah, it's a pretty good paint scheme. I like the bright yellow. At least, hopefully, everybody will be able to see him on the track that way.
Oh, I'm getting a bright red. I might want to. I've been having issues with my trading paints. So let me see if I can if I can refresh my trading paints here. So if y'all,
Okay, maybe it might be on my end too. I don't know.
it
But
was probably on my end because I've been having problems with it the last couple of days. Where
the
me
next car
racing
I
my,
have, yeah, the next car we have out there is the 21 in a white monster paint scheme.
I'm gonna hit my Control R and I'm gonna try to refresh these paint schemes so everybody's gonna see some bunch of white cars out on the track. I think it's Control R that refreshes, right?
You are correct, sir.
And nothing happened here, so. Mhm. Okay, well.
Let me try it on my end.
All right, we're still watching Don Blazer. Currently showing third right now. Stephen Hayes is on the top of the leaderboard.
Two
Right there.
tenths quicker too. Wow,
Yeah.
he's pretty fast.
Yeah. Now these guys are the unlike our open setups. These guys are running fixed setups. So what they're qualifying here, that's what they're going to be running in the race. So Stephen Hayes, 2 tenths quicker than Matthew Escalera, right now currently sitting in second.
And it's phenomenal the way these guys are so fast in these cars. Because from what I understand, at certain tracks, I haven't personally raced this car on this track, but from what I understand, they can be a handful.
Oh, I mean, ARCA cars on any tracks can be a handful. They are built to be loose going around these tracks, and these higher speed tracks for these cars just make it even more difficult. As we watch Steve Gerber shoot up to the outside pole in that 19 Budweiser car.
Wow, that's very impressive.
DJ Honeycutt is out on the track now. So far, fifth quickest on his first lap. Let's see if he betters it on his second, currently with a 30.326.
I don't know if that'll be hard to accomplish since he has nobody to draft with.
Oh,
And
and
he
that
was
is
wrong.
definitely not going to help out anything. He goes spinning coming off of turn 4, and that's, I mean, regardless of it being deleted or not, that that speed will not cut it.
Now, Michael, do you think that's maybe a little psyche going on, letting the other drivers, oh, wow, I
It
can't
could
handle this track?
it could be. You got guys like Stephen Hayes who are, I mean, they have a championship to lose, but DJ Honeycutt, he's looking for that three-peat. He wants that 3 times a champion sticker.
Absolutely. So, maybe maybe he did it on purpose, maybe, just
Oh,
to make the
I
other
wouldn't say it
drivers
was on
think.
purpose. I wouldn't say it was on purpose. Right now, he's currently sitting 6th quickest on the track. So we got. Well, it looks like there could be 15 cars. Pretty good number for these ARCA cars out here. We've got a bunch of guys who haven't been around for a while, but coming here for the championship race. So I don't know if these guys are finished, but we've got 20 seconds left, so it's kind of fair to go ahead and do the grid up there on pole currently for another 12 seconds. Stephen Hayes has the pole. Big brother Michael on the outside. Steve Gerber falls down to 3. Matthew Escalera in the 4th spot. 5th spot's going to go to Justin LeBlanc. Now, Justin LeBlanc, he's sitting right now in 3rd in points. So look for him to maybe try to make something happen as well, and hopefully for him, he can. The other 2 guys will fall on some bad luck, but right now he's currently sitting 5th. 6th is going to be our current points leader, DJ Honeycutt. 7th is Donnie Honeycutt, the father of DJ. Ricky Mosier is 8th. I'm going to go ahead and let you take the rest there.
We have Donnie Blazer in 9th, Tyler Honeycutt in 10th, Mark Royce, who from what I understand is going to be a new truck owner in the truck league that Global has going on. We have Jeff Weimer, a U.S. Marine Corps veteran. I know that personally. Obviously in 12th, Dwayne Honeycutt, 13th. Then we have Mark Sherwood, and rounding out the field is David Holsey.
Okay, there you go. There's your starting lineup for tonight's race. These guys are going to start gridding up here. Should have already started gridding up. Let's see if we can get some sights on the. There you see these guys on pit road.
Michael, do we have time to bring DJ Honeycutt up into the booth?
I believe we do, and let's go ahead and grab DJ Honeycutt to the broadcast booth. And DJ Honeycutt, Mike Lesh in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, Ronald wanted to bring you up to talk, so I'm gonna let Ronald take this one.
DJ, how are you feeling tonight about the race, the weather conditions, and your chances of pulling possibly a three-peat out of your pocket?
Yeah, the weather's looking nice out here in Texas right now. Just trying to, try to stay focused during this race. Mile and a half is not really my strong suit, but I can pull out a top 5 a day, I believe. So really just gotta keep my nose clean, make sure I'm just being smart, don't make no stupid mistakes. no penalties, stuff like that. So just try to run my race, try to be there, make it count towards the end of the race.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope everything comes out good for you and you win your 3P. Michael, do you have any questions for DJ before we send him back to racing?
No, man, I just want to wish you luck and put on a good show tonight and make it very interesting at the end. That's what I got to say.
I'm going to try to. Stephen's hard to beat at these mile-and-a-half, so I'm going to do what I can. I was told you guys earlier, I think if Stephen wins and scores match points, he'll still finish at 4th place and still win the championship. So I just got to, like I said, just be there at the end. So that's what I'm going to try to do, and like I said, put on a good show for you guys.
All right, well, you're fixing to go with green flag, so we're going to send you back down to Hypershift. Again, man, congratulations, and maybe we'll talk to you at the end of the race.
All right, bud. Thank you.
All right, that's DJ Honeycutt. He has everything to lose
And everything to gain.
and everything to gain.
Green flag.
Green flag is out. Let me try to get back to my Stephen Hayes with a good jump over Mike Hayes. Is going to bring Steve Gerber with him coming out of 2. Give Steve Gerber 2nd, Mike Hayes the 3rd. You see DJ Honeycutt right back there battling already back there in 6, trying to get up to that magic 4 spot so he knows that he can get his championship. Right there battling with Justin LeBlanc.
And Steven has definitely jumped out, and now you have them going, Gerber and Michael Hayes going too wide in the turn, and it looks like in the back a little bit looks like Don Blaze got a little loose, but everybody's good and they're headed.
And I'm also showing a yellow car for Don Blazer, so I guess turning on my trading paints would work. Got some the right paint schemes going on out there.
So Michael, I apologize for interrupting you. On a track like this, does drafting, I know drafting normally with these cars doesn't benefit anybody, but if you get up close to a car, does that help you at all?
Drafting does help you on a 1.5-mile track, especially a track like Texas. It has the same concept as your Talladegas and your Daytonas. The only difference is that you're not pushing the car in front of you faster. You're just kind of sucking up to him and using allowing him to break the wind so that you have less resistance on your car. But once you get up to him, it's not like Talladega or Daytona where you can push and go faster with the 2 cars. You're only going to go as fast as that car that in front of you is going.
So, would you say bump drafting is definitely not?
No, definitely. Bump drafting is more like putting the chrome bumper or the chrome horn to the guy in front of you. All you're going to do is get him loose, that back end loose, and he's going to go for a spin sooner or later.
Roger that. Looks like everybody's giving each other a little bit of space out there, which is good.
Back here we got DJ Honeycutt back up here in the 5th position, right there behind Matthew Escalera, and he's desperately wanting to get that 4th position to kind of cement his championship hopes.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely trying to stay in the at least top 5 to give him that potential 4th place position towards the end of the race. Now I correct me if I'm wrong, they do have the sets of tires that they're racing right now.
I do believe that's what we heard was 3 sets of tires.
I thought they said they had 4 sets of tires in the pits and 1 on the car.
Oh, you might have heard something different than I thought I heard, but I wasn't really paying attention. Like here at Texas, I don't see us having a lot of cautions with these guys driving the way they've been driving all week or all year long. I don't see a lot of cautions going to be waived, so you might see one. If more, you're only going to see 2 pit stops if we stayed green.
Yeah, these drivers are. I understand that, I'm coming into the last obviously race of the season, but from what I understand, and I know most of these drivers from racing in the Global Truck League, but these drivers are very, very talented and very capable of driving these cars. So I agree with you. There should not be one or many cautions at all.
And we might have a yellow here, but yeah, I don't see us having very many. If we have two, I would be surprised. But right now, Stephen Hayes continuing to put the distance between him and older brother Michael Hayes now down up to 0.6 seconds, make that 0.7 seconds. So Stephen Hayes doing a really great job of keeping that number 8 Whataburger car at an even flow, not trying to push it too much and not trying to let off a little much, just staying at even flow. Is doing a really good job. I've been watching his times. He's been kind of even doing 30.7s, 30.6s. So keep an eye on that, because that definitely is going to tell how bad the tire wear is going to be. As we back here, DJ Honeycutt looking on the inside of Matthew Escalera, taking over that 4th place.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great move right there. I can't tell right now, but no, I thought Escalera might try the I don't know what you call it in racing, the opie dope or whatever.
Oh, I think that the crossover.
Yeah, the crossover.
Yep.
But I'm also noticing that there's a few drivers in the back that are I don't want to say they're falling off pace, but they're falling back a few.
Well,
So I don't know if like the 35, 27, and 44 should hook up with each other and maybe, like we were talking earlier with the draft, maybe helping each other get back up to the lead pack, or.
Well, I mean, they definitely can try. I mean, it's always good to have a partner up here on like a big track like this. It's a lot harder to try to team up with somebody and gain ground. On a track like this, you kind of just want to catch somebody and go around them. I mean, you can do the old slingshot where I get the draft on you, come slingshot around you, then you get the slingshot on me and draft around me. But that is real tactical and real, chancy to do, because sooner or later somebody makes a mistake and you get both of y'all get taken out.
Yeah, I know. I mean, so far it's been a very clean and definitely spread out race.
Well, Stephen Hayes has now got an issue. He's got a 99 filling up his mirror back there. Michael Hayes starting to catch up to little brother. Last time by was 2/10 quicker than our leader, Stephen Hayes. So Stephen Hayes maybe an issue with the longer run car. Has been 15 laps on them tires, so his tires might be getting a little bit worn, because Michael Hayes has caught the tail end of the 8 car, and we're about to have a battle for the lead, as we're starting to have a battle again for that 4th spot. Looked like Matthew Escalera was about to overtake the 15 car again, but as we see here, he's falling back in the back. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say it looks like Matthew Escalera definitely has the cornering ability to catch DJ, but DJ has the drive off.
Yeah, as you see right there, that was a good. As you see him right now, looking every which way to try to get around. I think in 1 and 2, DJ Honeycutt has the advantage. In 3 and 4, Matthew Escalera has the advantage. But right now, you see it, Matthew Escalera just closing in on the 15, coming off of that turn. And here we go, a battle for 4th place between Matthew Escalera
Yeah, DJ's holding his line, and Escalera's holding his line. It's a definite great battle this early in the race.
All right. Really good
You know,
racing going on between the 15 and the 21. I mean, the 15, I don't know. I mean, he had just passed Matthew Escalera. I don't know if his tires are starting to show some wear to them. But I know one thing: the 15 does not want to be up there battling with any car around him. You know, he wants that fourth place to ensure his win. But you know, up there battling for it, bad things could happen.
Yeah, I know. You know, for DJ, he definitely wants to hold the position that he's at. Obviously in fourth place, but you know, like you said, the harder that Escalera, number 21, races him, you know, DJ might burn his stuff up faster than he wants to, and
Exactly.
Stephen Hayes is going to get out to an even bigger league.
Well,
And
as you see, when DJ Honeycutt and Matthew Escalera sitting here battling, it brings Donnie Honeycutt and Justin LeBlanc back into the picture for that fourth spot. So DJ Honeycutt might have more issues than just Matthew Escalera here in a couple of laps.
And wow, what a run! Did you see that 21? I don't know if he had to let up a little bit so he didn't rear end DJ or not, but he had a wicked run coming out of there, and now he's diving underneath.
And Matthew Escalera doing everything he can to get around this 15. 15 doing everything he can to stay in front of the 21. I think, see, that's what I was talking about right there. Like, you're really close racing. The 21 made just that little bit of move, and that would scare the bejesus out of me if I was the championship runner.
Yeah, I mean, at what point do you say, okay, well, you know, I don't want to race this hard. I'm trying to win a championship. And here we go with the crossover.
Yeah, I mean, DJ definitely can't trust not having that position. So, I mean, we'll see how it pays out at the end. You know, risk versus reward right now. Oh, but we got a race switching for the lead. Give it to Michael Hayes. Michael Hayes just takes over the position away from Stephen Hayes. Put Mike Hayes out front after leading 23 laps or 22 laps. The 23rd lap is going to be led by Michael Hayes.
Now, do you think that is Big Brother saying, I'm bigger, I'm badder, or is that little brother saying,
you know,
okay, I'll let you lead a couple laps, and then I'm going to come back and take over?
Well, I've had the pleasure of spending a lot of time with the Hayes brothers, and even though you could tell they love each other, there's a lot of competition between the two of these guys. Michael is not going to give Stephen a pass just because he's going for the championship. Stephen, you know, they race each other, and they don't give each other an inch.
No, I had the luxury of being able to watch them practice earlier, and you know, one was faster than the other, and the other one said, you know, take and put your big boy pants on and come out here and beat my time. And you know, he went out and, you know, so it's a definite family battle between the two, that's for sure.
Oh yes, definitely. While all that's happening up front, DJ Honeycutt back to 5th place, now under fire from Justin LeBlanc in the 6th place. So some handling issues right now for that 15 car, and like his championship hopes are in jeopardy right now if he can't figure out what to do with that car.
Absolutely, Michael. You know, I agree with you 100%. But all these drivers know how to, I believe, make adjustments throughout the race. And, you know, we're 27 laps in. hopefully he can, when it comes pit stop time, make a adjustment that might help
Well, I
him get
mean,
back
like,
up there.
these guys are on fixed setups. They can't make adjustments. Uh, the way their car is, that's the way the car is going to handle for the whole race. So they're going to have to make adjustments on the track. They're going to have to change their lineup or back out of the gas a little earlier on those turns to try to save those tires. Because I mean, he was fast for the first 10 or the 15 to 20 laps, but now he's definitely feeling uh, the the heat from them tires on these long runs.
I definitely agree with you, Michael. It's I guess what I meant was, by his adjustments was, if we come down to, green flag pit stops was that his adjustments would have to be not only in car, but the line that he takes.
Oh yeah, definitely. You see him right now running that high line. Justin Block running that low line. Justin Block gets the advantage going into the turn, but coming out of the turn 15 pulls away, and that's that line that he's running in that turns 1 and 2.
And I understand, that obviously the championship's on the line and all the bonus points help and all that stuff, but at what point, I again realize that there's another 70 laps to go. At what point does DJ say, I'm running the wrong line, I need to start making adjustments?
Oh, I think he's already. I think he's already at that threshold. He's done got the rubber down on the track. He's making adjustments right now. He's moving that car around that track right now, trying to feel which one's the best line for these worn tires. Trust me, right now he's doing everything. He's got the calculator out, trying to figure out everything right now. As you see, 3 wide.
Wow.
As you see, Justin Block and Donnie Honeycutt almost go 3 wide with 15. That could have been a very interesting turn right there.
Well, I understand that they have so many laps. I forget what the fuel lap is in between. I do realize the temperature out, if I'm not mistaken, is on the track 77 degrees. The track temperature is 80. Wind is north at 2 miles an hour, partly cloudy. Does weather have a lot of effect in the
No,
way these cars handle?
oh yeah, weather's going to play effect on anything, regardless if it's fixed or open. If it's obviously if it's cooler, that means the track's cooler. That means it doesn't burn off as much rubber on the tire as a hotter track will. So therefore, you're going to have a little bit more grip for a little bit longer. Eventually, you're going to lose all your grip because the more laps you put down, the more rubber you put down.
And so the more, correct me if I'm wrong, the more rubber you put down, the better your traction is, and the more you can, per se, chance it going into the...
Well, the more rubber that comes off of your tires is the less. That's why when they, when you're starting off your run, you kind of want your car a little bit loose. So once that rubber starts coming off, it gets kind of like an even flow on the tire, and you start getting a little bit more grip. It takes longer to take the tire wear off when it gets colder, so you'll be a looser for a lot longer till you go to that neutral to tight.
Oh, we have one person going into the pits.
Okay.
Stephen Hayes winning the pits.
Wow, that's. Let's see
And then
here.
we got
30.
Tyler Honeycutt right behind him.
Tyler Honeycutt coming down the. Ricky Mosier is looks like he's got little no. Yeah, I think he already went a lap down. Now he's coming off out of the pits.
Yeah, it looks like on my end, and I could be a little behind even though it shows live. Ricky Mosier is 2 laps down.
Yep.
And Steven and Tyler Honeycutt Stephen Hayes is 1 lap, and Tyler Honeycutt is 1 lap.
Now the only thing that I could see is, I mean, I guess these guys uh, should be coming down pit road anytime as the battling keeps going on between Justin LeBlanc and DJ Honeycutt.
Yeah, that's definitely an
Oh,
amazing battle.
I think
Like, you know,
DJ, I
Molly
think
with
DJ
Joe
made that
Mullen.
mistake that Justin LeBlanc was looking for, because here comes Justin LeBlanc right around DJ Honeycutt. I think DJ Honeycutt came off that turn a little too tight, but now he's doing a crossover and getting underneath the 85 on worn tires. This is all going down.
Yeah, they're
But here comes the 85 is going to get the friggin' exit speed coming off of this turn. Maybe. Oh no, the 15th just carrying that speed.
Yeah, they've definitely, you know, between Matthew Escalera and DJ, they've done that crossover move, you know, throughout the race a couple times.
There's Matthew Escalera coming down pit road. Steve Gerber's already went down pit road. So Matthew Escalera coming down pit road. Michael Hayes continues to stay out there. Now, if I'm leading a race, and it's normally not very often that I'm leading a race, but if I see people start going down pit road, within the next couple laps, I like to come in. I don't want to be out there on those older tires when everybody's running around 3 or 4 laps on fresher tires, because then my lead just goes away and I have to work through the field again. So I would like to. I would see Michael Hayes come down in the next couple laps.
Yeah, you definitely want to, like you said, you know, within 1 or 2 laps after they, you know, the trend of going in the pits.
Here's DJ Honeycutt coming down the pits. He's back out.
I see everybody's pit run has been about 40 laps.
Yeah, well, Mike. I mean, Stephen Hayes
Definitely
came.
gonna have to pit one more time.
Yeah, they're gonna have to pit one more time. And that's why I don't understand. I don't understand why people are staying out so many. Maybe they're hoping. You know, people like Jeff Weimer, who's sitting currently in third, and Don Blazer, who is back there in the back. You know, right now they're gonna run it dry to try to get that caution. You know, that caution guy to come out there. Ooh, as you see, 3 wide with Steve Gerber and Donnie Honeycutt and Jeff Weimer. 2 cars a lap down. Jeff Weimer on the lead lap.
Yeah, they're absolutely gonna. I agree with you. They're trying to do the fuel run. They're trying to calculate if I only have to stop 1 more time versus maybe 2 more times. If you know.
Yeah, I do not see. I don't see them going 51 laps.
I agree with you 110%.
Oh, as you see our lead. Oh, Mike Hayes gets real tight coming off of 4, going to the tri-oval. Almost goes up and hits the wall. Saves it, luckily, but definitely could have been really bad for the 99. And another thing is, all these cars are so much faster than these cars staying out. So, like cars like 73 are just trying to get out of the way of these fresh tires. Along with Donnie Honeycutt. Donnie Honeycutt's on older tires as well.
And a lot of people don't understand these fresher tires. It only takes 1 or 2 laps to get them heated back up, and they're going to be a lot faster than these guys that are out there with older tires.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be out. They're going to be faster out there with cold tires than these guys are on with older tires. It doesn't need to heat up. I mean, you got to look at the difference between Michael Hayes, who ran a 32.854, and Stephen Hayes, who ran a 30.827. So 2-second difference that Michael Hayes is losing right now. And I mean, I guess he's trying. I mean, he might be trying to hit that 50 mark to only do 1 pit stop. But
I mean, it looks like he's got a big enough lead.
Well, that lead is going to be that lead is going to evaporate. I mean, he's already lost. Stephen Hayes has gotten his lap back. So right now, if a caution did come out, Stephen Hayes would probably be the biggest winner out of it. People like Steve Gerber, Matthew Escalera, DJ Honeycutt, and Mark Sherwood would all be the biggest loser because they would get a lap down and have to take a wave around and be on older tires. So those guys do not want to see a yellow right now. As Steve Gerber just gets his lap back from Mike Hayes.
So what is the best way for on this track, do you think, for these guys? I mean, they're obviously, I mean, 46 laps on a pit run right now is, for me, is very impressive, but is there a way for them to save fuel to try to make it, you know,
back,
a one pit stop?
back up your corners. Don't let it coast through the turns. Get back on it later than what you do. But the problem with that is you're going to continue, because if he can get 50 laps out of this tank, he's going to have to do it for the next 50 laps, even though other guys can go that long. You know, if you save gas on the first 50, you got to save gas on the second 50. So I don't think it's beneficiary right now.
So it's like basically it's like a double-edged sword.
And you see 21 Matthew Escalera and the 15 of DJ Honeycutt now coming around Michael Hayes getting their laps back.
Well, I agree with you. It definitely seems like he's trying to. I think he's definitely trying to make it I'm gonna do a one pit stop and hopefully make it to the end.
Yeah, there's only two cars left out there that have not pitted, and that's Michael Hayes and Dwayne Honeycutt.
You know, I mean, I foresee the problem that if this doesn't work out for him, what happens if there's
Dwayne Honeycutt just came down the pit road.
A green-white checker?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he would not. I mean, he could pit at the green-white checkered, but he's about to hit 50 laps right here. So he's taking 50 laps. He's gonna have to go down this lap, this lap, and another lap in order to make it to the rest of the way.
It seems like an awful gamble.
He's gonna be so far behind the rest of the. I mean, he might be a lap down once he comes in and pits. So he's gonna have to make all that back up and hope that a yellow doesn't come out.
You know, and Michael Hayes is running, according to the telemetry on my thing, and again, I apologize, folks, if this isn't up to date, but it looks like Michael Hayes is running almost 2 seconds slower than Stephen Hayes.
Yep, that's exactly what I mean. You're like that now. He's caught on the outside, and he can't come into pits even if he wanted to right now.
I mean, I do not know what a typical fuel run is with these cars.
Well, he's gone 52. He's gone 52 laps.
Yeah, I mean, to me that seems.
I mean, at any point right now, he should be coming. At any point right now, he needs to be coming in the pit road. I mean, he's already gone halfway. He can go the rest of the way. So I don't know why he's staying out there as long as he is. I mean, this is not smart.
I'm definitely thinking that he's obviously trying to make a one pit stop race, and maybe he's thinking that. I don't know. I mean, I honestly can't say what he's thinking, but maybe his tires will be fresher than theirs, but they're going to pit stop one more time.
Yeah, he's definitely thinking that. But like I said, he's losing so much time right now. I mean, right now he could go in at any. I mean, there's no reason to be staying out as much as he is. I mean, I don't. Not those old tires. I don't get why he is doing that. Maybe somebody can answer that who might be watching tonight. Well, actually, nobody's really watching, so.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely. I mean, to me, it definitely doesn't make sense, but I obviously can't speak for him. So,
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
he's got a plan and he's sticking to it. So very good to him.
I mean, he's done 55 laps, and right now Jeff Weimer's coming up to get his lap back from him. And not to mention, you got to think those tires are wore. When these cars come up in front of you and you got to react to it, it's very easily. He's at a high rate that he can lose control of that car right now.
Yeah, and he's obviously losing time. I mean,
A
like
lot
I
of
said,
time.
Stephen Hayes is in second place right now, and he's running a 31.912 in his.
Well, the thing of it is right now, like I think Stephen Hayes has done 21 laps on his tires, and we got 40, 44, 45 laps to go.
Yeah,
Michael Hayes is showing that these cars can go a very long time without fuel. So maybe Stephen Hayes or Steve Gerber or DJ Honeycutt, maybe one of those guys will chance going to the end. Maybe they pitted once they knew they could make it to the end and got the fresh tires. It could, I mean, like I said, it's almost 57 laps now.
No, do you think that, like you said, maybe?
Oh, here he comes! Here he comes. So all the answers are going to be answered, or all the questions are going to be answered on how bad this helps, or how bad this hurts, or how much this helps.
Well, I was just gonna say, I mean, like you said, Steve Gerber or DJ, hanging back a little bit, saving fuel, like you said, after their pit stop. Does this definitely, help them, or, maybe they're saving on purpose?
Really, to tell you the truth, I couldn't tell you right now which decision is gonna be the best decision. Mike Hayes back out there. Let's see. Yeah, he's just now getting back on the track. If he can stay on the lead lap, he might have a shot when these guys have to pit the next time, if it does not go into a yellow. But right now he's okay. Let me see. Hold on. Right now he's a lap down, so he's gonna have to work his way back up just to get his lap back, then work his way back around to get back up to the leader. So, in about 42 laps, we'll have all the answers for you. I want to welcome everybody in over there in YouTube. Thanks for tuning in on a Thursday night and watching some good fashion ARCA racing. Stephen Hayes is your winner. I'm your host, Mike Lesser, being accompanied tonight by Ronald Holmes, fixing to start his own broadcasting company called Jarhead Radio. Going to start doing the broadcasting for some of the global racings. Look for him to start his own stuff a week from Sunday when Global Racing brings out a fun season of street stock racing on Sunday afternoon. So tune in, look for him on the YouTube.
Thank you very much, Michael. I apologize about that. My headset decided to disconnect somehow.
Oh, I hate when that stuff happens.
I apologize for that.
No
yes,
apologies.
Definitely, I'm going to give it a whirl at trying to announce these fast and crazy races. Again, like Michael said, Jarhead Radio, sponsored by Crayola.
Everybody tune in, subscribe, put a like up there, comment on the radio. I mean, it's gonna be some fun racing. I don't think I've ever seen a league do street stock racing. So so it's going to be pretty fun. Hopefully, we get some good numbers out there. 15 to 20 people would be fine. We're gonna have tracks like Charlotte and Iowa and Bristol and USA International, and we're gonna have some fun with those street stock cars. So come out and watch us. We're gonna I'm stepping down from the broadcast booth, and I'm gonna start getting back into the cars more than none.
And I will attempt my best to take over where Michael has left off. Definitely have done a great job, and I understand where he wants to concentrate more on his racing, and I would love to give this a whirl and give everybody a chance to hear a different aspect of somebody announcing, I guess, per se. I mean, I could never replace Michael Lester. He's a great announcer, great owner of league, and definitely a person to where I can definitely a place where I can look to be mentored by somebody.
Oh, thanks for all the kind words. But back to racing, DJ Honeycutt has found himself up to the second position, which is sitting good for him for that third back-to-back championship that he's so looking forward to. This is DJ's last season racing in ARCA, I do believe, so he wants to go out with a bang.
Yeah, talking to him earlier, he was nervous. I think he definitely wants this, but at the same time, it's a roll of the dice, and hopefully he can make it to the end, and all the stars align, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, well, it's all going to come down to this last, regardless of what Michael Hayes does, and he can go the rest of the way, and regardless like that, it's all going to come down to what DJ does and what Steven does. Right now, Steven's doing his best. He's leading most of the. Here comes Stephen Hayes down for his second pit stop.
So he's definitely planning on going to the end with this pit stop.
This is his last pit stop unless it goes to a yellow. And Michael Hayes does pass his brother on the track. So now Stephen Hayes has to, and Michael Hayes goes the rest of the way. He's on 10-lap old tires right now, where so Stephen has got to come back and catch him.
And look, home below, looking for that three-peat, DJ Honeycutt in the lead.
Yeah, he's going to get them that precious one bonus point for leading a lap. And here he comes down pit road. He's not going to stay out very long since Steven got out there. I don't think I think he knows he can't beat Steven, but he wants to stay as closest to Steven as he possibly can with less cars in between him. But we'll see how this all turns out.
And if I remember correctly, Steven did say that with all the number crunching that he did, that if he had no bonus points and finished fourth, somebody else would win the championship. Well, now he has a bonus point for leading a lap, so yes. Now we got another factor to figure in there, correct?
Yep. I mean, he didn't have that very good of a pit. That was 14.9 seconds on his pit stop, almost a second slower than Stephen Hayes. Like that, so that plays a big factor. Here comes Matthew Escalera, who's got fresh tires as well, getting around DJ Honeycutt. So, Stephen Hayes not out of the championship picture by no means right now. Stephen Hayes, Justin LeBlanc, Steve Gerber, Matthew Escalera, then DJ Honeycutt. So, man, it just got interesting.
It definitely did. I mean, I did notice once Stephen Hayes went down pit road. Now every other lap, it seems like everybody else was like, "Hey, that's a good idea." So everybody else is slowly but surely maybe taking their last pit stop
Yeah.
for the evening.
Yeah, everybody's Stephen Hayes and Steve Gerber both on the same cycle at 4 laps, and Matthew Escalera uh, has he's got 3 laps on his, and then DJ Honeycutt has 2, and then everybody else is starting to come in as well.
And lo and behold, Michael Hayes is back at the top of the leaderboard.
Yep, and like he's got but he's only got a 15-second lead, 14 seconds now on younger brother Stephen Hayes. So, and Stephen Hayes with the fresh tires and a lot of time to make that time up. So, don't count Stephen Hayes out of winning his 5th race of the year.
Oh, absolutely not. It all comes down to whether they made the right choice of when they pitted. Again, Michael Hayes back at the top of the leaderboard.
Oh, I'm sorry. That would be 6 wins for Stephen if he. If Stephen didn't take a couple of those weeks off to go hunting, I don't think there would be much of a race going on right now for the championship because Stephen Hayes definitely outraced DJ Honeycutt this year.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if he got that big buck, maybe it was worth it to him in the end to give it up.
I guess so. I mean,
I don't know.
I would like to teach the deer how to fire an assault rifle and make it a little bit more even.
Oh, absolutely. I'd like to teach him how to just basically jump in my freezer. That would be great too.
Oh yeah, well, less work.
But
right now, the gap
I mean,
between Stephen Hayes and Michael Hayes down to 12 seconds now.
These drivers are unbelievable. I mean, I don't want to knock on wood, but not one caution yet. These drivers definitely respect each other, but at the same time, racing their behinds off.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely out there driving with respect for their fellow drivers, but also you got to think in the closing laps once it gets time, especially with guys like Stephen Hayes who's trying to win that championship, DJ Honeycutt who's trying to keep the championship. That later in that race is when somebody makes a fatal error and the yellow flag comes out.
Now, probably a stupid or dumb question, and I understand that there's never such a thing, but
Oh yeah, there is.
do you think that every lap that goes by, the numbers are calculating in either driver's head?
Oh, I guarantee you, they're all looking at the numbers, and everybody's gonna second guess everything they do on the track, especially if you come up short. So all numbers, all equations, all strategies, they're running through everybody's brain. Like when I race, I always get the strategies up. Okay, if we stay green, I'm gonna pit on this lap. If it looks like we're gonna be having a lot of cautions, I'm gonna try to get off pit sequence with everybody for positions. It just goes through your head. If you're a driver and you don't think about all the strategy throughout the course of the race, you're not being that much of a driver.
Oh, definitely agree with you. I'm sitting here trying to watch Mr. Weimer race around the track. I'm used to seeing a different color scheme, but I'm used to seeing the Mission 22 on his vehicles.
He still has the Mission 22 on his vehicle.
Yep. I'm not used to. According to my screen, it's blue.
It is blue, but it's got Mission 22 on the hood.
Yep. I commend him for his service and his cause, because I know most of his race vehicles surround that paint scheme as far as Mission 22. I also would like to throw out a thank you to all the veterans that are racing tonight and all veterans out there. Um, I know it's very near and dear to my heart as well as Jeff's. Um, him being a Marine, myself being a Marine, um, but it's this racing league, especially the truck league that you have going on, Michael, definitely promotes all the veterans that are racing. I mean, it's very phenomenal to me.
Yeah, we like to have, we like to make sure we have our dedications and, look, we have respect for each other. We like each other. We treat each other like family. We argue, but yeah, at the end of the day, we're all family. As we see right now, Stephen Hayes passing Donnie Honeycutt for second place. He's worked himself up to 6.5 seconds behind Michael Hayes, and like I said, that's why I don't think that decision for Michael was the best, because he lost so much time to Steven on that long run. Here comes Steven back and is gonna, probably overtake him in the next 10 laps or so, and we have 16 laps to go, or 17 laps to go. So it's gonna be interesting to see who if DJ can bounce back. Because right now DJ's sitting in 6th place, while Stephen Hayes is in 1st. So DJ definitely has a lot to do. He's got Steve Gerber right in front of him to try to get that 5th place. Steve Gerber's not going to give it up easy.
No, absolutely not. And Steve Gerber will, do everything that he can to finish, as best he can. He won't do anything malicious, and he definitely won't, try to hold him up per se. It's just, Gerber wants
see,
to
right
do the
now,
best
like,
that he can,
yeah,
as well as DJ wants, to finish the best he can. So
And
it'll
Don
definitely be
Blazer,
a
Don Blazer with
clean
the
battle.
older tires getting passed by DJ Honeycutt. So right now DJ Honeycutt is sitting in the catbird seat. If he stays right where he's at, he's going to be our champion for the 3rd time.
Like I said, I asked you earlier as far as the laps go and numbers and all that stuff running through the driver's heads. Do you think DJ is now? Will he, lay off a little bit? And I mean, he doesn't need to. I mean, I think Michael took the wrong choice running as long as he did, but I mean, does Stevens, not think about that? Because I don't think he really knows, how long that Michael ran. So does he let up a little bit and let Michael get going? And
No, I think right now Steven's got his foot down to the floorboard, pushing that 8 car to the max. Right now the 99 is floating his accelerator just a little bit more than early in the race. There's only 11 lap gap between the two set of tires. Right now Stephen Hayes has slowed down to just under 2 seconds quicker than Michael Hayes. So it's only down to 5 seconds now. So if Michael Hayes can keep the pace he's got right now, I don't think Steven's going to have enough time to pass him.
it's definitely a battle worth watching. And like I said, with DJ just holding up where he's at, if he finishes where he's at right now, I mean, he's in the money.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He's with Stephen Hayes only having one car in between him and Stephen Hayes. He's definitely going to have enough to pull off his third championship.
You know, it's really, I mean, kudos to him for, you know, if that happens, where he, you know, ends, I guess, his global career as, you know, the three-peat, as you'd say. But it's really sad to, you know, that he's not, you know, not coming back.
Yeah, I mean, I think he said he might do some select races, but for the most part, we won't. You know, we're not going to see any of the Honeycutts. They're moving over to Doghouse Racing, where they run fixed setups all the time over there in Doghouse. So, you know, people have different preferences, and I wish them all luck in the world. You know, global, besides our ARC League, is all open setups, and that's just not for everybody, but, you know, it is for some people. So,
Well, it definitely takes a lot of work if you're gonna run open trucks in a series. It definitely takes a lot of work to be able to run. You know, I mean, you have to set your truck up for that track. So, you know, I mean, some people prefer to run fixed, but, you know, open setups aren't for everybody. And, you know, again, you know, I commend him because it's a family thing. You know, he's going with his brother and his father and all that stuff. So good for him.
yep. Back to the racing, Michael Hayes down to a 4.5 second lead, but I think he's just kind of cruising his tires right now. He doesn't want to overdo that car because he does have older tires on there. He doesn't want to make a mistake. So right now he's not that much slower than Stephen Hayes, but I think Stephen Hayes, his tires have caught up with him as well. He might have overworked his tires trying to catch back up to Michael.
I'm looking at my overlay here, and hopefully you can correct me if I'm wrong, but third place, Donnie Honeycutt, his last pit run was 49 laps ago.
Yeah, he's on 48 lap old tires. Just got passed by DJ and Matthew Escalera, so put him back down to 5th place.
Yeah, so apparently when everybody else went into pit earlier, he decided not to, and he was trying to, you know, definitely get the best. He thought he could finish in the top, you know, say 5 or whatever, but, you know, that's definitely in jeopardy.
Yeah. Right now, Michael Hayes running 5/10 slower than Stephen Hayes, lead back down to 4 seconds, but I don't think that's going to matter. I think Stephen Hayes does not have enough time to try to do something at the end, which, you know, is really terrible. I mean, that he led the most laps tonight, so it's definitely going to hurt not to win a race based off of a fuel mileage, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, I mean, the way it's going right now, it looks like Matthew Escalera might pass DJ, but DJ looks like he still might finish in 4th, so, and he does have a bonus point, so
Yeah, I think
you
DJ's.
might be definitely looking at your overall winner.
Yeah, I think DJ will end up. I mean, even if he doesn't finish 3rd, I think he'll be fine with Steven finishing 2nd. I think he's got to a 5th or a 6th place gap that he can go down to. I don't see him losing that many positions unless he hits the wall.
Yeah, and you know, don't get me wrong, folks. I mean, this is very, very competitive between these guys. So they're definitely running numbers as they go by. You know, like DJ said in the pre-race. So you know, there definitely will be no ill will towards either driver. They'll definitely congratulate each other and all that stuff. They definitely have driven their butts off tonight to be where they're at in the standings and definitely throughout the year.
All right, white flag out for Michael Hayes. He takes the white flag, come across the start-finish line. 4 more turns, and we're going to be through the season. We're going to be through the race. We're going to crown a champion. We're going to talk to all these guys.
Wow, and if I'm not mistaken, I think I'm a little behind, even though my iRacing says I'm live. Is Michael Hayes really gonna pull this out?
Michael Hayes is the leader, coming across the start-finish line. Give the win to the 99. Here comes
Wow.
Stephen Hayes. Takes second. DJ Honeycutt doing what he had to do to win the championship. He's going to come home third. Matthew Escalera fourth. Steve Gerber fifth. Sixth is going to go to Donnie Honeycutt. Justin LeBlanc is seventh. Jeff Weimer, good finish for him, coming home in eighth position. Mark Sherwood comes home ninth. 10th goes to Tyler Honeycutt. 11th is going to be Ricky Mosier. Oh, big time pile up at the end of the race. Clean up on aisle backstretch.
Well, you have Donnie Blazier, looks like maybe 12th. Dwayne Honeycutt 13th. Mark Royce 14th. And David Halsey 15th.
That is
Now,
your
it looks like maybe Mark Royce and David Halsey. Oh, look at that on pit road. 14 decided to send the 19 for a little spin. Maybe a little after race, displeasure, I guess.
There we go. We got 15 out there doing burnouts for his championship and a 99 burnouts for his win. Both Hypershift Motorsports guys. So definitely you're going to celebrate a win, and we're going to pause it right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be your final shot for tonight. Some victory circles for both the 99 and the 15th. Normally we would start with our third place finisher, but since our third place finisher is DJ Honeycutt, we're going to go to our second place finisher, and we're going to bring down Stephen Hayes, the guy who was chasing the 15 in order to win the championship, which comes up a little short. But what a season for Stephen Hayes. Stephen Hayes, Mike Lush in the booth. You got a copy?
How's it going?
Man, you did everything you possibly could to try to win that championship, man. I'm proud of you, man. You ran a really good season. You took a couple of weeks off, and that was your Achilles heels right there. If you weren't took those weeks off, it'd be a different story. But you're gonna come home second in the race, and you're gonna come home championship race. Or the championship points. You're gonna come home second as well, man. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, this is a sucky thing, but I mean, it is what it is. I put together a lot of really good races, but it just wasn't enough to compete with DJ.
Well, 5 wins in the year. I mean, that's almost half the races there. A really good showing. You know, DJ he only won 3, so you got that to hang over him.
Yeah, I could say I'm a better racer, but I mean, he's more consistent, I guess.
There you go. All right, man. Well, I mean, like I said, second place, man. Let's talk about the race, man. You led the first part of it, and that, Wile E. Coyote of a brother of yours decided to have a different pit strategy than everybody else. Tell us what's going through your mind as he keeps on staying on the track, staying on the track, staying on the track. You have already pitted. What's going through your mind?
Yeah, I mean, 30 laps in, I mean, my tires were gone. And you just keep pulling away, like 0.2 seconds every lap. I got to 30 laps and I said, screw it, I'm just going to go for a 2-stopper. I knew if I try to stay out with him, I mean, he would have been 10 seconds ahead of me before lap 50.
Yeah,
So.
he ended up doing his fuel lap run was, I believe it was like 52 laps.
58.
Now, I mean, Michael and I were talking, this is unheard of. I mean, what was he thinking? Well, I mean, apparently...
Guess he was thinking he wanted to win the race.
Yeah, I got no clue, man. This is crazy.
But
I mean,
nonetheless,
I commend you for, obviously this is my first time announcing the race. You ran a very great race tonight, and I commend you on your second place and your second place in the championship. I know most people will tell you, second place is the first loser, but I know you show high respect for everybody that you race with, and you know, just great job to you in the season that you had, and I will definitely wish you the utmost respect with everything you have going on in your racing future.
Yeah, well, thank you, Ron. Those are very kind words coming from you.
All right, well, sorry to cut this little love session off, but hey, man, I mean, like I said, second place in the championship, second place tonight. Who can we give a shout out tonight to?
Definitely not my case for winning this race. Like I can suck it. I guess I could give a shout to my buddy DJ for getting third. And I guess he won the championship, but he's been doing the points. I don't know about all that stuff.
I was gonna say, do you think he might have maybe gave himself a couple of extra
I mean, there's
points?
no
or-
We
way.
might have
I
done
got
a re-
5 wins. I got like 200 bonus points. Come on now. What is up with that?
The sad thing is, I know you're joking around about all this, but seriously, the guy, you got 5 wins, he's only got 3. How did he,
And he missed the race.
I mean, come on.
That's malarkey, man.
Like I said, I know you show him and all your fellow drivers the utmost respect, and you're joking around and all that stuff, but, seriously, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, well, I just posted a point stand. We'll see.
Oh, there we go.
Well, he can suck it. Let's do that, man.
All right, well, I'm gonna put an end to this interview. We'll be here all night long and let you two guys gab around with each other. But man, congratulations once again. We're about to throw you back down to Hypershift, and congratulations.
All right, thank you guys. For you, DJ.
Yes, definitely. Congratulations and good luck next year in your future endeavors with Lone Star Racing.
Thank you very much.
All right, that was Stephen Hayes, your second place finisher tonight. We're gonna bring up tonight's winner, the guy who friggin' just against all odds decided to stay out for almost 60 laps on the first run, doing the race with a 1 pit stop. That was the difference maker. Mike Hayes, Mike left in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, yes, sir.
All right. Well, your brother says you suck.
I know.
Yeah. So I want to make sure that you knew that. Also wanted to make sure you knew that you might have won the race tonight, but I beat you in fantasy over the weekend.
I know.
Definitely wanted to put that
You
out
suck.
there.
You suck too now.
But anyways, man, congratulations, man. What a strategy you had. You went 58 laps. Did you ever think about coming in once you knew that you could go the rest of the way on fuel? Because it kind of seemed like you were just out there forgetting the pit until your crew chief said, hey, you're almost going to run out of fuel.
Yeah, I mean, I saw everybody going in at like between lap 30 and 40, and I was like, well, if they pit then, they're gonna have to pit again. So I really don't know what my strategy was. I was just gonna run it till I felt like the right front was gonna blow, which I ran the right front to about 8%, so I called it pretty much perfect.
Oh,
Right
wow.
before it blew. And
That's phenomenal, dude. Because Michael and I were sitting on, the broadcast, and I won't say we were bickering back and forth, but we were like, "What is he thinking? How much longer can he go?" And like you said, you called the perfect race, and kudos to you, dude. But how much does it make you feel about beating your brother and took him out of winning the championship?
yeah, it felt good to win. I mean, yeah, it sucks Steve didn't win the championship. I think where he ended up finishing, even if he did win the race, I don't think he still wouldn't have got it. So I feel bad and not so bad at the same time because that was my first win of the season. So I was kind of more happy about winning than I was about Steven per se. But yeah, I'm just glad everybody had a good race out there today. No cautions. Pretty clean for the most part, I think. I don't think too many people got into any incidents, as far as I know.
No, I definitely agree with you, and you know, like I said, tonight's my first race announcing for you guys, and you know, it's I don't want to say a fond farewell for Michael, but you know, any last words you want to say to Michael Hayes, seeing how you guys bicker back and forth, Mr. Lester?
Oh no, no. I was gonna kind of ask him about the race.
There you go. Go ahead.
I
I
mean-
just wanted to, you know, I'm gonna sit back a little bit and let you two banter back and forth like you usually do.
Okay. Sorry, you got me all whacked out. But anyways, man, Mike, great race. Y'all went 100 laps, no cautions. That's really great racing. How was the racing out there? Was the side by side as exciting as it was up here?
I mean, we didn't have too much side by side. I mean, we did on the initial start, and then once I got around Steve there, I just seemed to find the better line to save a little bit more tires. I mean, it was tough trying to save tires. That right front was a killer. But it was pretty much just a battle of saving tires, and then, to be honest, I thought it was only going to be a one-stop race. I didn't realize you could make two-stop work, but I mean, Steve got right up to like 3 or 4 seconds behind me there at the end. Kind of made me nervous, but it all worked out in the end.
Well, Michael did make the comment of, you know, that your brother was closing in on you, but again, during the race, Michael and I were going back and forth as far as how long you were staying out, but I mean, it definitely paid off in the end. Is there, congratulations on your win. Is there anybody we can shout out for you?
Yeah, shout out to the league for having all these races. Shout out to all the guys showing out tonight. It was a fun race. It wasn't really a lot of jam-packed racing, but it was a lot of clean, strategic racing, if you will. And shout out to you guys for broadcasting. It's always fun to watch them, and I'll be excited to see what you had to show us for your first broadcast.
Well, I appreciate that, and as well, thank you, and good luck next year in your Lone Star Racing career in the truck league, and you know, I appreciate you being who you are and the clean racer you are, and hopefully, you know, and
all
it's
right.
a good race for all you guys.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's
Well, we'll be the judge of that.
Absolutely.
all right. Well, that's your race winner tonight, Michael Hayes. Congratulations once again, and man, we're gonna drop you down to Hypershift Motorsports so we can bring up
All right, thank
the
you,
third
guys.
place champion. All right. All right. So now we're gonna bring up the man of the hour, the man of the season, I should say. The man who came home third tonight's race, but we're talking to him last because in the booth with us today is the ARCA Series champion for the third year running, DJ Honeycutt. Mike Lush in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, congratulations. You did what you had to do to get where you're at, and I'm more than ecstatic to announce that you are the champion of the fourth season of the ARCA Series. The back-to-back-to-back, man. Congratulations, man. How are you feeling?
It wasn't too exciting of a race. Questioned my pit strategy, and I don't even know what I was doing at some point. So I was just trying to do my best that moment, but it all worked out. I mean, Steven didn't dominate the race like I initially thought he would. Same strategy played out, and Mike, he tried to choose one stop it, and lead and against most of the field, tried to one or two stop it. So different strategies like that played out. I'm really happy to come home with the championship once again. And I mean, it's just, I mean, Steven's been put on a really good season this season. He won 5 races out of 12. I mean, I won 3, but really just the winners just don't count too much in the way we do our points. So that's one reason for it. But I mean, you try to be there when it counts every single race we go to. So that's what I contribute to this championship.
Well, yeah, like I said, you only had 3 wins compared to his 5, but you had that consistency. Both of y'all had nine races started out of the 10 race or 11 races that we had this season, or was it 12? It don't matter. But anyway, you were there, but when you were here, you were consistently top 10s, top 5s, and that's what got you the championship, man. I don't know what you got 3 championships. Is there going to be a 4th in the future?
I guess I count the trucks as my 4th, if that count. But maybe so. We'll just have to wait, see how it plays out. Might be trying some different things, but I'm not quite sure yet. Hopefully, somewhere racing with you guys.
Well, that'll all be discussed in the future, man. But tonight's race, man, it was like I said, you were out of everybody out there, you were the one that was doing most of the side-by-side racing between. It was either you or Matthew Escalera, or you and Justin LeBlanc, or you and Pops there, man. At one point, y'all were getting really close to each other. Was you a little bit scared that at one fatal move, your championship hopes could have been like taken away?
You can't really focus on that, otherwise you're gonna end up making something bad happen. So I don't really think about it. I raced everybody hard. I mean, yeah, me and Matthew were putting on a pretty good battle there. We kept switching spots back and forth because I just knew how important the points were, so I couldn't really afford to give up any spots. So eventually he got around me, and then we pitted shortly after that. So it was a really good battle. There was one point, I think after we pitted, he came out back side by side, and I thought he got loose or something right in front of me, and I was like, oh man. So they kind of gave me a little bit of a heart beat going there. So I mean, but it was fun. We were all racing hard, and that first stint, I really wore my tires out. I think we were at 39 in the right front. So I kind of do different stuff. The last 2 stints, they really worked. I was about 65 at the end of the last 2 stints. So definitely helped that. Matthew, he was really close. He was really saving more than I was. I would lead him, then he would catch up to me after a while. I was pretty sure he was going to get around me there for the 3rd place, but I ended up holding him off. I had took his line one of those times that it kind of messed him up. So I mean, just trying to protect the position. And yeah, Justin, he caught us pretty quick too in that first run, and I was running that really high line. That's the only thing I could get to work. Because I felt like I could go low, and he would just pass me right there. So I kept him behind me for a while. Just helped me, be in a good position when pit stops came, and ended up helping me in the long run.
So throughout the race, if I may ask, as the laps were counting down and down, were any, as you said before in the pre-race, you had all the numbers figured out. As the laps were winding down, were you trying to recalculate all those numbers in your head? I need to finish here, or oh shit, I somehow gotta get faster.
Ronald.
Finish.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely was a little bit there, but I mean, going into it, I knew the points, what I needed to do, what do I need to accomplish, given the worst case scenario. And the worst case scenario didn't happen, so that gave me a lot of comfort throughout the race, knowing that it was going to be even harder for me to not, be able to come home with the championship. So, but yeah, definitely trying to think of the numbers and where Steven was running, And
Right, because you got that bonus point, right, for leading a lap. So because I
did.
know you had said pre-race that with no bonus points and finishing fourth, you would win it, but then you got the champion or you got the bonus point. So did that make you feel a little less, I guess, nervous about fulfilling the 3P or?
I think I want to pretty mildly. I thought of it as, yeah, I got that one bonus point, so that eliminates that one, option of how it could go wrong for me. So that was definitely a little bit uplifting throughout, coming when that happened, Stephen did in front of me, and then, that one or two laps really put a lot of time on me. I think it was 15 seconds back when I came out for that last spin, something like that. But yeah, he really got a lot of time on me there. So. But I knew the other guys were trying to be on different strategies, so I didn't really think I was going to not be able to catch up to them. So I really, at that point, I felt like it was paid. I just got to run the rest of this race and see how it plays out.
Well, I know you, all you drivers, especially for me as a friend, congratulations on your three-peat. Michael, would you like to say anything kind words to the gentleman before?
Oh no, man. Yeah, congratulations, man. You're Mr. Consistency when it comes to being out there on the track. You're Mr. Consistency when it comes to finishing on the track, man. Congratulations on a third championship, man. And like I said, there's always a home for you here. If you want, if you leave and come back, there's definitely always a spot going to be open for you over here. And man, before we let you go, who can we give a shout out tonight to?
Thank you guys for all the kind words. It was a lot of fun racing this league and the truck league for global. That was a whole lot of fun throughout this whole year. It's a long year though. It felt crazy how long it's felt since February. But yeah, pretty much all the Hypershoot guys, me, my dad, my brother, my uncle Dwayne, Ricky Mosher, and Steven and Mike Hayes. They might not be officially Hypershoot guys, but we all hang out together, so it might as well be. So I really love racing with the guys and just messing around and getting jabs out on each other and stuff like that. Just having a good old time. That just makes this even more fun than just the racing. So I'm really thankful for those guys just being friendly and just being there racing with me the whole year. And thank you guys for having the league and putting everything together, allowing us to come out here and race together. And thank you again for broadcasting as well. So. Hopefully it was a good broadcast and put on a good show for everybody.
All right. Well, we appreciate the words that you put on, man, and we're gonna let you go and celebrate with those Hyper Shift guys that you just gave a shout out to tonight, man. Congratulations, and we'll hope to see you in the future.
All right, man. Thank you, guys.
All right, congratulations, sir.
All right, that is your champion for the race, or the champion for the season for the third time, DJ Honeycutt. Well, maybe we'll have a new one next year if we have ARCA season next year. But man, Ronald, you did a great job on your first time up here, and definitely look forward to how you progress in your broadcast. And Billy, before I take the last word, do you have anything you want to say?
No, I definitely appreciate you trying to help me with everything that's going on. I commend you on all the announcing that you have done. You've done such a wonderful job. You're a great mentor and a definite great friend and co-racer. I don't want to wish, maybe it's a bad way to put it, but, I wish you a fond farewell, from announcing this league or as per se, but, I thank you for all your help, and I hopefully can maybe not mimic, or I definitely hope I can do as good a job as you have done when it comes time for me to do all this.
Well, I do appreciate the kind words, and I thank you. And I'm going to take the last words. I want to thank everybody who has tuned in every Thursday to watch these global guys race and to listen to me talk your ears off and say a bunch of nonsense stuff. This will be my last broadcast. I've had fun. I appreciate everybody who has guided me or helped me through the way, all the way to this point, and I will miss it. I'm gonna move to some better things to do. Not better things to do, just some different things to do. It's got to the point now that my voice won't allow me to do these anymore without them being strained. So I'm going to hang it up for the time being. I do love everybody out there who has supported me through this little fun thing that I've done, and I appreciate everybody who has stuck around and gave kind words. You guys who posted on the chat room and sent me well wishes. I do appreciate everything y'all have said. I will miss being on here on Thursday. I will miss broadcasting, but for the very last time, this is Global Racing Esports Network. I'm Mike Lester. Good night.